class is going well so far. I'd like to jump into talking about communication skills again. Last class you learned about techniques for good communication skills, such as questioning, paraphrasing, reflection of feelings. Hopefully by now you're comfortable with the terms. If not, I hope that you've contacted me. If you haven't, please do so. That's what I'm here for. What we're going to do today is I'm going to provide various examples of when you would use these communication skills, which is every day, but I'm going to give you different scenarios. So we're going to talk about how you would communicate to family in a conflict, to friends, in a workplace, and in a school setting. You're definitely going to need communication skills in very different ways in all of those different categories of your life. Whether you know it or not, it makes a big difference when you can actually think about how you're talking to somebody and actually know how to listen to them properly. You actually avoid a lot of conflict that way. So when I give you these scenarios, what's going to happen is you are going to create video responses to each one of these scenarios. Because a lot of communication skills, as we said in the note before, has to do with nonverbal behavior. And that's the actions and what you look like and what you're doing when you're talking to somebody. So for example, right now, you can see that I'm sitting straight up in my chair. I'm facing you. I'm trying to make as much eye contact with my camera as possible. I'm speaking clearly. I'm not speaking super fast, at least I hope not. And I have a strong tone of voice. Not intimidating strong, but just a confident tone of voice. The tone of voice will change, however, and that's up to you depending on what the situation is. You obviously wouldn't talk like this to someone who is sad or upset. You'd probably want to have a softer tone of voice, which I'm sure you all are aware of. Things not to do. A lot of people don't recognize that they do this, and I have done some of these things in the past, and I've had teachers point out some things that I do when I communicate. I say a lot. That I just did it again. So one other thing is when it comes to nonverbal behavior, don't have your arms crossed like this. This gives off kind of a I don't want to talk to you, or I can't believe I have to do this type of attitude. If you're slouching back in your chair like this, it means that you're not really taking someone seriously. It's not really professional. So if you're trying to talk to mom and dad into letting you take the car out, you don't want to be sitting like this when you're talking to them, because immediately they're looking at you and saying, he or she doesn't really care about my car. They probably just want to go hang out with their buddies. But if you're sitting like this and you're really trying to tell them that you're interested, it's very important to you that you have this conversation, you're going to be a lot more successful. And it's surprising how the difference between this and this, even turning or having your phone, if you're sitting and talking on your phone but also talking to them, like this looks like I don't even realize that you're in the room, right? Like, how do you know if I'm actually even listening to you if I keep on looking down here at my phone? So make sure that you're keeping eye contact and that your shoulders are pointing to whoever it is that you're paying attention to. That's a big telltale sign if someone's paying attention to you or not. All right. One more thing is to make sure that you are speaking clearly. Try not to mumble or talk too quietly. Make sure to pronounce all of your letters. I know that when you're in a relaxed setting or at home or with your friends, you talk a certain way, but that's fine. But just for the purpose of this, we're going to be practicing our formal communication skills so that when you do go out to a job interview, let's say, you're going to want to know the proper terms and to be able to convey yourself professionally. So if I'm talking to you like this, you're probably not going to care what it is that I'm telling you, right? That's a big, but if you speak instead of talk, if you speak like this, then maybe you will have a better chance at catching their attention and having them see you in a professional light. Posture, clarity, vocabulary. After you provide your answer, I'd like you to provide a brief statement of what strategies you used. And by strategies, I mean if you used open questions, closed questions, what kind of nonverbal behavior you were using, if you were reflecting their feelings, and when you were summarizing, paraphrasing. You don't have to use all of them in one response. You can select which one would work better for which situation, because there are times and places for these strategies. So what I would like you to do is just tell me which ones you used and why you chose to use them. So you could say, I used reflection of feelings and open-ended questions because they were upset and I wanted them to know that I understood they were upset. I didn't want them to think that I was attacking them. And I used open questions because I was still unclear about what it is that they're upset about, so I was casting a general light on the situation, trying to have them tell me the details instead of me assuming how things had gone. Okay, so you're talking about which ones you used and you're explaining why you used them. I think that's it for now. I will post the different situations. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will have a thread with video response, explanation, video response, explanation, video response, explanation, and so on. Your explanation can be written, but it makes more sense. It's just easier to speak and tell me why. That'll also give you bonus marks for communication because you're communicating to the teacher. So good luck, go on, and if you have any questions, please request a chat session with me. Talk to me on Skype. If you're not sure if you're speaking clearly, how your posture is on a webcam, then let's have a Skype meeting and then I can look at you and see what it is that you're doing correctly, or if anything needs tweaking. Please feel free to let me know. I would definitely respect that. All right, so good luck.